Think you don't have enough time to write your book? That your calendar is too full? What if I told you you could get back 2 extra hours without waking up earlier, without working faster, but by simply approaching time management differently?
Pour a cup of clarity, sip a spark of insight. Coffee with Karma, your morning feels just right.
When time feels tight, people reach for tactics, but that constant feeling of being behind may not be about discipline or hustle. It may be about what happens when your work carries decisions that were never fully made. Hi, my name is Carma Spence, and I help established business and leadership experts write, publish, and market client attracting books that elevate their authority and drive business growth. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please like this video, comment below, share this video with others, and subscribe to my channel for more good stuff like this so that the YouTube algorithm and your colleagues know that this video and others like it are good for people like you who want to grow their business with books or just one book. That's fine too. So let's get to today's 5 principles. These are productivity principles that free up your time not by moving time around or blocking it or actually working with time itself. It's more upstream before you need the time so that when the time comes to have time, you've got time. The first principle is that time problems are usually decision problems wearing a productivity costume. Hi, I'm a productivity problem, but really, I'm a decision problem. So, what happens often, especially when it comes with books, you start writing the book, right? You start writing it and you're writing and you're writing, and then suddenly you get stuck and you don't know why you get stuck. And so it takes up more time than it needs to. That problem right there could have been solved by deciding what you wanted to have in your book and in what order, in broad terms, before you start writing. That's what an outline's for. It doesn't have to be some fancy smancy outline. It just needs to be clear enough that says, okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is the general order I'm talking about it in, and this is who I'm talking about it to. Got that? A lot of your writing problems are solved before you even begin writing. Principle number 2, lack of time is often a signal, a sign that your priorities are competing rather than being aligned. What happens here is this is important, this is important, this is important, this is important. Almost everything in your head is urgent and important and is in that quadrant of that 4 quadrant box. I forget what it's called. And so you're like constantly, well, I should be doing this. No, I should be doing this. No, I should be doing this. If you make your decisions ahead of time, you know exactly what. So, for example, I use a software that helps me plan out my day and days in advance. I can add recurring things to it. It's like a fancy Word doc with a calendar built in. And at the end of every day, I go through what I had put on for tomorrow and look at it. Okay. And what's really nice about this particular software is it also tells me, oh my gosh, you've got more than 9 hours of work planned. Oops. So I go through it and I go, okay, these are the top 3 things I want to accomplish today. I put them at the top. I take a look at the rest and I'm like, I am not going to get to that. I move it to another day and I'll deal with it at that point. I get it off my mental plate. So now I come into today. I know exactly what I want to accomplish today. 3 primary things. And since I started doing it that way, rather than just putting everything and then trying to get it all done. Oh my gosh. I actually get more done than I used to because the decisions are made. The decisions are made. I just do my top 3, and if there's more time, then I start working on the number 4. It has radically changed my relationship with time, and it will probably do the same for you. Number 3, over planning is often a way to avoid choosing what actually matters. Now, some people go to the other extreme and they overplan. They plan like, I know that time blocking works for some people, but for people like me who need a more fluid structure, that is overplanning. So find out what overplanning means for you. But overplanning, what happens is you get too detailed. Now, remember what I just said? I just said, these are my top 3 things. I didn't say how I was going to do them. I didn't say when I was going to do them, other than today. I just said, these are my top 3 things. Because sometimes I'll plan ahead and I'll go, well, I think I'm going to do this at this time and this at this time. Then the next day comes and my brain is, it's like I'm a different person. It's like than I was last night. Well, yeah, I'm well rested for one, but also sometimes things come up and you realize, oh, that's not going to work. So don't micromanage yourself into a corner. Allow some flexibility for you to interact with the day and how it unfolds. Now, if you're liking what you're hearing here, then you may enjoy my Clarity Compass. It helps you get clear on what message you want to be known for so that you can start spreading it everywhere in social media, in your book, in your business. And you can get it for free at karmaspence.com/clarity compass. Let's get back to principle number 4. Energy drains faster when your work lacks a clear why now. And it doesn't have to be some deep why. It just needs to be, you need to be clear why this needs to get done now. So, for example, one of my tasks today was to do this. Why now? Because I always record it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's why now. And that's enough of a why now to get my butt in this seat and my face on the camera. There are things I want to do today. And why now? Well, today's MLK Day. I've got the time. And if I wait to do it tomorrow, I won't have the time. So again, these are very simple whys. They're not like deep, abiding whys. Now, sometimes the things on your to-do list need a deep, abiding why. Then give it one. But if you don't have a clear as to why this task, why now, you'll put it off. And believe me, I have tasks I've been putting off for years. I keep next day, and other things keep popping up in front of it because I don't have a clear why this task, why now. Number 5, the fastest way to free up time is to stop defending outdated commitments. Oh my gosh, I used to suffer from this terribly because I have a deep self identification that says, if I say I'm going to do it, I do it. The problem is sometimes I say I'm going to do something because it makes sense in that moment, but then life happens, things change, and that doing it no longer makes sense. And so I have to let go of that commitment. I'm getting better at that. That is a work in progress, but you need to take a look at what are you committing to do? I mean, for example, I had things on my to-do list that were like opt-ins I wanted to create. And then I realized that opt-in no longer works for the direction my business. Why am I putting it on my to-do list? Delete, cleared up space. You may have things like that happening too. You've committed to doing something, but that commitment no longer makes sense. Now, that doesn't mean you just willy-nilly, oh, get rid of your commitments. Your word needs to mean something. But when you commit to something and you Commit to doing that something you've committed to. Make sure that commitment makes sense, that it's relevant, that it doesn't take you off track. I always go back to what Zig Ziglar said. When you're evaluating an opportunity, task, or something that will take up your time, you need to ask yourself, does this move me closer to or further from my goal? Which, of course, means you need to have goals. The Clarity Compass can help you with that. Carmaspence.com/Clarity Compass. So there you go. 5 productivity principles that actually free up your time without you having to get up earlier or work faster or do all the normal time management things. You fix some of your time management problems upstream before they become problems. I will be back with 3 time management shifts for busy experts. That is my next video, and I will see you then. Until then, this is Carma Spence saying ciao for now.